Bye, everybody.
You guys need to wrap it up, fools.
See you.
It's fine, I told them already. Hi, Lavi.
Hello, Papa.
Did you watch the match?
I watched it on the side.
Alright.
And
yeah, it was a pretty one-sided match, to be honest. But hey, it was the last match of the group stage of the qualifiers for the IN2020. So we're gonna do the draw, match draw. You wanna explain how it's gonna work, or should I do it, Lavi?
I've had like a brief explanation given to me. So first of all, you will see the bracket on the right-hand side, which I guess will be kind of self-explanatory when along the draw, because the first person that's getting drawn will be put into the match 1. The second person to get drawn will be put in match 3. The third person in match 2, last in 4. And first of all, we will have the first seeds of each group be drawn, because first seeds, the group stage was planned as for the qualifiers. You will have to play. You will get a seeding within your group, and first place against second seeds to determine or to weed out the best bingo players to have qualified to the main double elimination bracket.
So in Group D, for instance, Ambo was tied with GB in terms of scores, but since Ambo won versus GB, he's first and GB is second. So
I mean, Ambo is 3-0, so the only instance where we don't have a 3-0 is in Group B, where MD Mason has won against Freddy in, I don't remember how close that match was. It was, I think, a 13-10 from the past results from a match tracker.
Alright, I'm just confusing two matches, my bad. So yeah. Anyhow, there's no way Mason can face Freddy in the first round of the elimination bracket here. This is not allowed, and he will not face anyone of the same seed as him, so he's not going to face a seed 1.
Yeah, the only 3 he can, or Mason for instance, can face are Electric Miles, Rick Rex, and Verity Beetle.
Yep.
There will be more matches played for the ones that have qualified for the Invitational. These won't determine seeding, as far as I've been told by our organizer Ramado, but they will be factored in for the last 4 seeds in the main, or for seeding in general for the main tourney. So if you want to have a better seeding, you want to play well after qualifying.
Yeah, and this is a single elimination bracket, so if you lose your first match, you're out.
I mean, the qualifier is really just one match of the group stage, so it's all on the line now. And then it's still a single elimination, but you will be qualified regardless of what you play after your first match.
Yeah, after you win the first one. Yeah, that's what I meant. Alright, should we spin the wheel the first time?
Okay, apparently Ramada says that the first match, so the qualifying match, can be a best of 3, which I honestly would prefer, just to have it a bit more fair. I would appreciate that system as well.
Yeah, that's true. We discussed this, but we didn't really settle on it. So I guess it depends on the players. If they want to have a best of 3, it's possible to do for that first round of the single bracket, not for the other ones.
Yeah, for the other, it's mostly just because it's similar to Scrim Week, where we had once before the road control tourney, where we would play 2 matches to help seeding a little bit. But either way, we can start, or Papachino can start.
Alright,
Yeah.
so this website is random. Okay, I have no way of asking the computer to put a given name. Yeah, so we'll use the same website for the 8 draws. I mean, we should do at most 7, maybe 6, depending on how it ends, but yeah. I'm not controlling the RNG right now. Let's go.
Okay.
And draw number 1 is MD Mason from Group B.
Mason.
So Mason is gonna be number 1, draw 1. So we'll have to wait for the draw number 5 to know who's gonna face.
Yeah. Mason coming in with a 2-1. It has been pretty busy, so was a bit rusty and dropped the match against Game Stable, who ended up actually last place in their group, but their group was pretty competitive overall. So we will have to see who Mason will face. He can't face Freddy, so either Miles, Rick Rex, or Gravity Beetle, as mentioned before.
All right, we're gonna spin the wheel again for the second draw. So match number 3 in the round 1, and it looks like it's Jeff Compass, the infamous Yoshi Skip Master.
Jeff Compass, Yoshi Skip Master, got a 3-0 victory, 3-0 group stage in his group with some, I would say, rather like close matches and with some upsets. Papachino, you were in this group, so I don't want to be like, I don't want to throw shade or anything, but your group has been has had some scary players. Rick Rex, for instance, who massively like improved and has become like a very scary second seed. And Jeff can be lucky that he will not face Rick Rex in the qualifying match.
Yeah, definitely. This is Rick was definitely someone who was, in a way, under like evaluated at first. Like we didn't know how experienced he was with bingo or anything, and like when people don't play, it's difficult to tell if they're gonna be strong or not in the matches they play. So yeah, he definitely performed well for someone who we had no idea how he was gonna perform. Like not a very precise idea of how he would perform, you know.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, his matches were rather, I would say, scuffed a bit at first. They were not the cleanest, but he has had some scrims recently where he looked very very scary, and I think some of the first seeds would definitely not prefer playing Rick Rex.
Yeah, Rick Rex is probably one of the strongest C2s right now. Maybe Freddy Boy and Gravity are tied second. And Miles, I don't know about Miles again, because we haven't seen him play that much recently.
Yeah, he played 2 matches, one against Pancakes and one against Linky. The one against Linky was actually pretty fine, and Linky was one where some people were wondering why Linky wasn't invited, why Linky had to play in the qualifying match, and it had some the reasons were kind of, I don't know the reasons anymore, but yeah.
Alright, let's spin the wheel one more time for the first seeds. And the player in the match number 2 will be apparently Ambusher.
Okay, Amble, as we just saw, had a pretty dominant performance in his group with a 3-0 as well against Gravity Beetle, who is also a very experienced bingo player and also a very scary player as well. But he had, and his match against Gravity Beetle was not even wasn't the stompiest thing. It was a 13-10, and he had a rough match against Geno Kirby with like a 13-10 as well. But that doesn't take away from Ambo's strength as a player. He has upset Bra Guy in the last 1v1 match, and thus already earned some respect from some of the older and experienced bingo players.
Yeah, he also played exhibition match versus you, right, during the last tournament.
Yeah, we played an exhibition, and I think I won like 13-9 or something, and it could have been a bit rougher for me. It could not have ended well.
Yeah, I don't recall the score, but I think the match was pretty good. It was not as cringe as some matches we've seen in this tournament, like Group C. There was this Papa guy who couldn't play the game, so yeah. Ambo Larvae was more interesting than Jeff versus Papa, I guess. Even though that's a very low bar to cross.
Okay, you have to differentiate interesting and questionable. Oh, I guess they're not like really synonymous, but yeah, we'll I'll just forget about it. Briefly for Linky has gone 3-0 in his group, but I think I would personally consider Linky's group to be the easiest. So his like really dominant 39 and 16 score might be a bit skewed, and there are definitely second seeds that could challenge him and take the win either way. So whoever gets drawn against Linky shall not weep honor.
Alright, let's spin the wheel, I guess?
Yes.
It is time. And the C2, the first pick in C2 is Electric Miles, who's gonna face Mason.
Yeah.
I think it's fine. Mason was Group B.
Yes, Mason is Group B. So
okay.
Mason versus Electric Miles is the first matchup we have. Miles only played 2 games, one of them, and the other was a forfeit. But I think the forfeit wouldn't have done much to the gold score or anything. Had a pretty decent match against Stinky, and against Pancakes, I don't remember honestly how that match went. I think I was gone during it.
Pancakes might. No, I wasn't available to watch this match, so I can't tell either. Yeah, it's I think Mason is somewhat favored for this match. Like Mason has proved being very solid as a bingo player.
Yeah, Mason has definitely some experience under his belt, and I can remember underestimating him in a scrim once, and was actually fairly close. And I think Mason has, I would say, improved since then. So he's also a scary opponent for Miles.
All right, let's spin the wheel.
Yeah.
And for versus Jeff, we find Rick Rex, which is
illegal.
Which is illegal. So Rick Rex is gonna face Embo.
Oh.
Draw 7 instead of draw 6. We'll have the webcam warriors.
Yeah. Ambo versus Rick Rex. What webcam will prevail? I don't know. I think if I remember Ambo correctly, or was it Gravity Beetle? Either of them said that they would not want to play Rick Vex, they would prefer Freddy or Miles, if I remember correctly. So I think that match will be fairly close. As said before, Rick Rex has shown much improvement, and has shown to be pretty scary. And Ambo, while still having beaten some big names, there can be, well, he can have some problems against Rick Rex in this. So I think that will be a close match. Also, it looks like they want to have a best of 3, so that will be.
Ambo wants a best of 3. Maybe
Yeah, and Rick Rex said sure.
So.
Rick Rex said sure. So a best of 3 of that match, of the webcam match, actually will be pretty hype.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do the DJ again for the entire match. It was something. Alright. Should we move on to the next match, or do you have anything else to say about this one? I mean, it's gonna be the last Pro too.
Yeah, we can move to the last drawing.
Alright.
So
who is Jeff going to face? Let's find out. And it looks like Freddy Boy from Group B.
Alright. Freddy has had some pretty decent pretty good matches against Arceus in games stabled, and has been coached by Pogonator, so Freddy is definitely not to be underestimated. Has, I think, the best RTA times out of any player in this tournament, or like in this qualifier, if I remember correctly. He should be the fastest RTA guy here. So yeah. Jeff had some rough matches in terms of gameplay, but has more bingo experience and everything. So Jeff can't slack against Freddy, I feel like, in this match, but there might be a good way for him to just take it, I would say.
So you think Gravity has a change versus Linky?
Yeah, Linky versus Gravity Beetle will be pretty rough for GB. I know. Yeah, he said that he doesn't want to face Linky, and I think even though Linky is a strong opponent, I think GB can definitely win still. Yeah. GB definitely has a chance.
It's gonna be an interesting bracket here. Do you want to predict right now what's gonna happen, or should we do it after the stream, like just one of each show, on our own? Predictions are live.
If you want, we can do some predictions right now, but that's up to you, the current restreamer. So
yeah, sure, let's do it.
All right.
So first match, Mason versus Miles. I don't know if this will be a best of 3. But personally, I don't think it matters that much. Like, if it's a best of 1, there's a chance of a big upset. Like, if Miles can find the quick start and pull something like Game did in the match versus Mason. Like, Mason is not as rusty as for his first match. So there might be less of a chance for an upset, but if it's only a best of 1, I can see Miles winning. If it's a best of 3, it's more debatable, let's say.
Yeah, the issue with a best of 1, I would say, is that you can have bad gameplay for one match, and that would just kick you out of the tournament immediately. For best of 3, you can allow like one bad game or something, that's totally fine. You can still win 2 in a row then, and just make it with a best of 1. Anything can happen, and it's definitely more scary for Mason, who I think is still advantaged in this match, to play a best of 1. I would generally think that the higher seeds, or like the first seeds of each group, will try to have a best of 3 going instead of a best of 1.
All right, we have the script from Ramato himself, stating that Rick Rex will win versus Ambusher. What do you think about that?
Ramato is a Ambo hater, as far as I know. So I wouldn't say it's too far-fetched, but I would still it's within the realm of possibilities, but it's definitely like not a safe play to bet against the first seed of a group.
Yeah, especially he went 3-0, where Rick went 2-1, and he won versus me, so it doesn't really count.
Yeah, Rick Rex's wins against Pappuccino, and who had a rough performance in this tourney, and Juan, who has had like a massive speed disadvantage, and it was actually kind of close. So with that being said, Rick Rex still improved, so Rick Rex is still scary, and Ramato's, as said, an Ambo hater. So I understand the thought process, I guess, behind this prediction.
Alright. So Jeff Compass versus Freddy Boy. We're seeing... I mean, I'm not surprised by this. Is he even the winner of the... Yeah, okay, I see. Yeah. Well, that's just Ramato bias.
Yeah, that's kind of Ramato bias.
I doubt this match, to be honest. I feel like Jeff has a big... has trouble finding good starts in his matches, and often do the wrong calls, goes for the wrong things at given moments in the match. And Freddy has been... I don't know how much he's been practicing, it depends on this too. Like, if Freddy goes hard on bingo instead of 120 and practices a lot with Pogo, I can see Freddy win this, actually, like, pretty seriously.
Yeah, as mentioned before, Pogo is coaching Freddy a bit, so who knows what Freddy can actually do. Like, if Freddy just turns it up against Jeff and like shows his true form and reveals to be like a top 5 bingo player. I can't see it right now, but there's still the possibility for that. So, oh yeah, but Jeff got coached by Ramato, but
yeah, rewatch your match versus me, Jeff. Okay, it's kind of a shame you've been coached by Ramato and you play like that in the end.
Yeah, only because Ramato is better doesn't mean that he's a better teacher. So.
Alright, so Ramato is saying that GB versus Linky has GB as the winner, and that is very surprising to me again. Like, I can't agree with this. Especially considering what Ramato said earlier in the chat. He was like, hey, GB, Papa above GB or something. Like, Papa wins versus GB, and I did lose to Linky last tournament. And Linky actually pulled off a pretty okay performance last tournament, and this one too. Yeah, I think he went 3-0 in his group. So yeah.
But as said, I think Linky's group was a bit easy. It wasn't like the most challenging group. But either way, I think this is a reasonable prediction as well. I think Ambo versus Rick Rex and Linky versus Gravel Beetle, I see the biggest possibilities of an upset in those. So I'm not completely surprised by Ramato's prediction there.
Okay, you want to move on round 2 and 3, or because like
Yeah.
right now, yeah, sure. Like I don't know, because then it would be like, oh, what if Mason wins? What if Myers win? What if Amber wins? You know, like we could go on for a while if we like do every single possibility. We could just review Rumado's bracket and
Yeah, there are a few possibilities to this, but I think Mason versus Rick Rex, as good as Rick Rex has become, getting 2 upset wins is a bit difficult. So I can see, I understand Ramado's predictions overall. Jeff against Gravity Beetle is also rather competitive as a match, so either of them winning makes completely sense, I would say.
I think Jeff has been and Gravity have screamed like yesterday.
Probably.
Let me find the result. GB versus Jeff. GB won 13-11 that match yesterday.
Yeah, 13-11 is not like it's not like it was a storm or anything. I don't know the exact way it went.
I think the way it went was Jeff went deep into Gelato for no reason, and he lost.
Oh yeah,
that's what I got as an echo from that match.
Oh yeah, that's
kind of like what he did against you and what Drew did this match that just ended.
We don't talk about that match.
Yeah. Guys, don't go deep into Gelato. There's no reason. It's not good.
Yeah.
All right, and for the finals, like at this point, it's just defining seeds.
Yeah, it's mostly just because of helping seeding there.
These 4 players would be qualified for the main tournament, but it was just to seed them 1, 2, 3, 4. So Mason versus Jeff, who wins?
Can also be either. I think Jeff has to choke and has to play a bad match, so I think he can't win all 3 of them. So I would say Mason being the winner would be reasonable, although with his current rust, it would be kind of surprising still.
Yeah, so Mason has to wake up, turn on the Wii, and play the game. Or scream, ideally.
Yeah, or at least sometimes.
Alright.
But yeah.
Well, do we have anything to add, or...?
Yeah, as mentioned before, the first round matches are the ones that matter the most, of course, because whoever wins in the first match will advance and will qualify for the main 2v2 bracket. Not 2v2, double elimination bracket. So yeah, I can see just players just preparing for that match, and then yeah, I don't care if I get a 16th seed. I'll just do it.
All right. Well, I think that's it for today.
Yeah.
Do we have the date for the deadline for the beginning of the?
I think the main bracket, the main double elimination tournament was supposed to start 13th of July. So these matches will all happen like at least are supposed to happen in that time frame. So.
Okay, so we are ahead scheduled by a couple days, because it's the group stage is supposed to end on July 1st, and it's June 28th. So perfect. We're just on schedule.
Yeah, that usually doesn't happen.
And
so yeah.
This main tournament. Yeah, we have 2 weeks to do all the matches in this single bracket. That's pretty good. So do we start the matches from like on Monday, or do we respect this timeline? We'll communicate with you guys on this, like on Discord, about this on Discord.
yeah, just keep yourself updated. Maybe there will be matches played earlier than that, maybe even tomorrow if they schedule it really fast and decide on tomorrow. So everyone should pay attention to these matches. I think they will be pretty hype and they will be pretty high stakes. So it's definitely worth watching them.
Yeah. It's okay. I think we're done. Ramato, you can find a raid target. There's many people playing the 602. There's probably some people playing Sunshine right now.
Yeah, I think he's probably raiding Linky, the participant of the Tony, who's playing GB and doing the 602 now. So
let's scare him.
yeah.
Thank you for watching, guys. See you around.
Yeah, see ya.